Costa Los Gigantes down here. But we also can see from here, very beautiful, over there, first of all, the island La Palma. That is on the right side, you see? A bit more than 100 kilometers. The island La Palma, it looks like two islands, but it is one. The middle of the island is below the clouds. In front of us, just here, sharp in front of us, that is the neighboring island La Gomera. La Gomera, with about approximately 26 kilometers. And then far behind La Gomera, where the sun is going to set in a little bit, is the other neighboring island called El Hierro. So we have La Palma, La Gomera, and El Hierro. Between us and between La Gomera is about 26 kilometers, but it goes down deep in the ocean, close to 3,000 meters. That's why we have here many times through the winter season, those pilot whales and dolphins. They like to come and swim around here, and especially the dolphins, because they like to go down deep and catch that amazing squid, calamar. They like to eat the squid, like myself as well. The only difference, my friend, I just use a little bit of lemon and I like alioli sauce. It's wonderful. Now, there is only one guy who tried swimming there, to La Gomera. We call this in Spanish, muy loco. Absolutely.
Muy loco.
Muy loco.
Muy loco.
That means very crazy.
Muy loco.
Muy loco. Now, this guy, he went the first time. He didn't arrive at La Gomera the first time. He saw the turtles. The second time he went, he saw the dolphins. And the third time he went, he saw the doctor. He made it. He made it. The third time he made it. Don't try it. Now that is here between us and between La Gomera. The sun is going to set in about 20 minutes approximately. And also behind us a very interesting environment. What we see from the other side, through the clouds there, we have the volcano Pico Viejo. The Pico Viejo means the old peak. It is about 3,040 meters high. And it was active in 1798. The activity, we call that one Narices del Teide, which means nostrils or nose of Teide. Because we will see it later today as we are driving up there. You will see two black holes, actually craters, from the side. Therefore, they call it Narices del Teide during 92 days of activity. In 1798, it covered an area of about 5 square kilometers of lava. Even NASA from the United States, they went to do some testing of those Mars rovers over one of those surfaces. We will pass by it later with the bus. Now also in this environment, very interesting is we can see terraces. You see the horizontal lines here and there. And they are now actually fading away by pine trees. There is bush and a lot of cactus. Because those terraces, las terrazas we call them, they have been used back in the day. The Canary people, before the hotel and the tourism industry, they are still doing this, but back in the day they were only doing this, growing vegetables and fruits, like Canary potatoes, papaya, kiwi, mango, oranges, lemon, figs, almonds, grapes. For local wine, avocado, we have tomatoes, we have cucumber, and of course we have the banana plantations. Everything grows here really good. Because we are dealing with a volcanic island. The ground is fertile, it stimulates growth. And at the same time, it is also organic. We don't use those chemical fertilizers here. So therefore, when I go back home to the Netherlands, and I like visiting my family, and I start eating a nice meal with the family, especially when I start to eat a salad, that's when I start noticing. It's not the same taste. Especially those tomatoes from the Netherlands, I call those more like plastic fantastic. It's just no taste inside, nothing. But here, it stimulates hair growth. Don't worry about it. Anyways, those people left it behind because they started building the hotels. Work in construction, the first generation. And the second one, they started building some more hotels. And so on until they continued their work, construction and working in the hotels. Because it's easier work. And at the same time, they could earn more money, more economy. And that is something they don't have to think about it twice. Here, especially in the Canary Islands. More money means more siesta. And more siesta means more fiesta. They don't have to think about it twice. But the first ones who were doing this back in the day, before Spanish people were doing this, they were actually the natives of the Canary Islands, named Guanches. The Guanches were the ones actually were living here on the island. They were originating from the mountains of Morocco, Berber background. With a Berber background, they were living here in caves, volcanic developed caves. Now those people, they knew what they were doing. Living in a cave was actually keeping you warmer in the winter season and cooler in the summer. They were goat farmers. They were having some goats with them and making probably some goat cheese. Also, they were using clothing made out of goat skin, also like shoes out of goat skin to protect them. Those people also used to use volcanic materials like the Obsidiana volcanic rock. Use it like cutting blades. It cuts very sharp like a knife. It's a very nice black solid lava rock. Also, they were growing vegetables and fruits. Like here in high mountainous areas, that's what they were doing, and that's why they have actually skills in doing that. Until, unfortunately, it was 1496. The conquistadores from Spain, they came into the islands. They found about the islands. They found out. They came in. Here in Tenerife, they started finding out who is the one in power here, who is the boss. And they found out that there were 9 kings here, 9. Every region, they had their own king. They captured the kings. They captured their wives and their children as well. One day they brought all those people together, the kings with their families, to the Plaza de Candelaria, the square of Candelaria, just next to the Basilica, which is very popular today. At the Candelaria Square on that particular day, unfortunately, they butchered them all. They finished them off to show the rest of the Guanche population who is the one in power now and who is taking over. So they used those people, they transported them to mainland Spain to use them for hard labor and for slavery work. And today, at the square of Candelaria, just northeast below Santa Cruz, about 15 minutes from Santa Cruz, you will see there at the square, just by the Basilica, those 9 statues of those 9 Guanche kings presented over there, reminding those people who used to rule here one day and live here like kings. The first thing I do when I go there is buy myself an ice cream. And then I start looking at the Guanche kings, because they have wonderful ice cream there. It's just there by the Basilica, the famous Basilica with the black Madonna, La Virgen Negra. So that is when it comes to those people who used to work on terraces. The first ones who did it were the Guanches, originating from the mountains of Morocco. Berber background. Now I can keep on forever, but I'm going to leave it to you. So far we have the moment for the sunset. And we have downstairs also, as you see, there is a nice terrace here and a nice garden. You can walk through the garden, get yourself a nice spot if you feel like it. You don't have to stay here all the time. Myself also, I'm going to go downstairs. And after the sunset, please get yourselves ready so we can get back on the bus and in your cars, and then we will continue up to the National Park Teide and enjoy the third part and the final one of this activity, which is the stargazing experience. Okay? So enjoy it, take your pictures, your time lapse, your selfies.